Titanfall community. Hating on campers since ever. What's it been? 6 years? 2014? Titanfall 1? This game's 3 years old now. Yeah. So where are we at? Surprisingly, at a pretty good spot. Personally speaking, I'm at a good spot with Titanfall. I'm not burnt out on it. I pick it up from time to time. Just pick up where I left off. Is it the best game all around? Maybe not, but I still personally think it's the best first-person shooter. So if I turn on my Xbox, it's to play this. So let me tell you where I'm at and see if you guys can relate. I am back to my original build. I was looking through this montage, that's why I stuck my own, because I'm like, oh, everybody's jumping on the alternator train. And it just seems to be that time. I feel like I gotta remind people that I do remember how to shoot. And I'm also starting to learn my grenades again. Like, I'm not where I was, that's for sure. Same with the alternator. But for this game, I tried to play pretty bare bones. This was probably my first alternator game back, actually trying like shoot, and went with a grenade loadout. Actually, there's a really nice transition here against some Titans that I want to show you guys. I'm going to cut to that after this. It's all the same game though. But yeah, I'm going to be going back to my original build and just go real hardcore. I find that you still have amazing moments even when you're going hardcore in this game. The things that I can do when I have an alternator, oh, so much better. It makes my mobility better, because I know if somebody's in the way, I can just mow them down. There's a big difference in knowing that you can do that or not. That's kind of the reasons I like the massive. It's like, I know that I have an opportunity to actually just run over people if I aim it correctly. And if I don't, it doesn't matter, because I rapid fire the hell out of it. I was really happy when this grenade hit up there, because again, I'm working on my accuracy. Right now, I got confused because I'm like, I need to stop, and I'm like, I was already looking forwards for something like this. But I didn't get either of them, so not the best play. There's a lot of power in grenades for the approach and everything. I think that's when I didn't complain about the Spitfire at all, because I was too busy throwing hand grenades out there. This challenge is a lot easier also with an alternator, even when I lose sight of them for a bit. There's just some challenges that don't feel as comfortable. I feel like I can get more aggressive with my movement if I know that my gun is just going to be mowing without me having to concentrate so much on the aiming aspect or whatever you have to do with whatever crappy gun you're using, because everything feels like crap compared to the alternator. Bring on your cars. I find that those are like twins but different. Alright, so here's this Titan thing. So I do a lot of things wrong. I get hit in the back with an archer for one. I miss that on that pilot there. I'm still getting hit by archers. I am blowing most of my energy. I miss catching that, and I'll let you just watch the rest, because there's another Legion. And they teabagged me, I believe. Do I get a teabag? No, I feel like I just got a look. I'm like, that was enough though. It felt like they were laughing at me. It honestly did. And as an Ion, I felt it pretty hard, because I'm like, this doesn't usually go this way. So I just want to get my Titan back as soon as possible so we can try this again. You know what? This actually segments pretty well into a talk I wanted to have about previous video that I made. I think a lot of people were saying that I didn't like the Titans, which is definitely not the case. I play a ton of attrition. I love it. I feel like the title was throwing people off. I'm like, is it ruining the game? I'm like, well, no. Oh, I missed this window, by the way. I am so lucky I'm not dead. yeah, I was actually just trying to present like a more neutral argument. If I failed there, then tell me, because then, you know, that's a different issue. I knew I missed that shot. That was way too much. Standing still, I'm like, yes, please, with that fire star. And we had just enough to get our Titan, so that worked out. But yeah, I was just trying to present like just a viewpoint from newer players going. When I went back to Titanfall 1, I think this is a good example. I find the Titans in Titanfall 1 so much stronger, like scary strong against pilots. And I had to ask myself, I'm like, is it me? The thing is, I used to play this game and I don't remember having that kind of struggle against Titans. Because when I went back, honestly, it was just scary. Did you see me throw the bullets at his toes and he just evaporated? I could have done this better. I didn't need the laser. I didn't have to take that much damage. I also got some help from behind, so the laser was a just in case, but as that played out, I could have actually saved the laser and done the execution faster, taken less damage. But the reason I'm telling you about how I feel in Titanfall 1 is because I imagine that's when newer players experience this game, because when you come into the game and people know how to use the Titans already, and you're not familiar with it, which was my problem, they feel super overwhelming. Right now I know I just have to deal with a Scorch, so the spacing is a lot easier. And as more Titans come into play, that kind of spacing gets harder and harder depending on what terrain you're on and where they are. If they're all around and things like that. As you get surrounded as a pilot, that's where you die, when you can't cover the correct angles. I was playing for the Scorch, but the Monarch got me. I'm like, okay, I didn't even hear it coming, I didn't see it, so I didn't plan for it at all. So I'm talking about the game as I'm trying to tell you guys the story and what I was really trying to say in that last video, because I personally do feel that the Titans fit in great, but let's not lie to ourselves and say this game is perfect. Like, with a little bit of tweaking and dev support, this game can just be ridiculous. It has its own faults, and I think when you come into it like that fresh, the Titans do seem super overwhelming. So that's kind of what I was going for. And now I'm going to show you guys the other side, because I haven't been hardcore for a really long time. I want to see what happens when I just start going all out with, you know, just smart, good, solid play like I used to do. Use my alternators, use my grenades, change to fire stars, adjust my Titans, do all that stuff. And I want to see how the game looks there, because I guarantee it's going to look overwhelming from the other side at times. Because that's just what happens when you're using an alternator. An alternator is just godly. When people send me clips for the channel with like 8-10 kills with an alternator, the thing is, the bar is high for alternator clips. You have to do more than just point and shoot. Your movement has to be good, because some things are almost just expected of you to be able to perform when you have an alternator or use something like a car, an R101. There's just some shots that are not impressive even if you get 4, 5, 6 kills. And we're pretty much at the end of the video now. So I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. When I make videos, sometimes they're not really straightforward, because I do go on tangents about the gameplay as I'm watching it. And sometimes just the way I structure it. Sometimes I don't start in the middle super neutral. Sometimes I'll go way off to the left or to the right of an opinion, just to prove a point and kind of work my way. I don't feel like everybody watches a complete video and they seem to kind of miss the point or what I was saying because they caught certain parts of it and not the whole thing as a whole. But sometimes it's just me as well. Sometimes I'm bad at explaining things because that's just the way it is. This is my casual time, guys. Don't make me actually work. I'm not writing a script here. I just want to play some Titanfall, have some good Titanfall moments, talk to you guys about something I like, and hopefully, whoop, almost spilled my water, and hopefully we get to experience a new one soon. But that's it, guys. If you're still here, make sure to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, leave a comment, leave a like, do all that stuff that helps me out. It's much appreciated. Why do these guys keep camping? I don't know, but I'm glad that there's people like this watching our backs.